This weekend will mark 6 months since the shooting at Halftime Liquors in Tallahassee that left 1 person dead and 8 others injured. Investigators believe a feud between gangs based in Gadsden County came to a head in a parking lot where dozens of people were celebrating an event-filled weekend. Our Madison Glazer talked to one survivor who's sharing their story for the very first time.
I was there for my daughter's birthday and meeting up with some friends just to, hang out for a little while, and we had just hanging out, having a good time.
October 29th, 2022. That's the night Marcus Kelly says he was celebrating with his daughter just off Pensacola Street. As he left his wife inside the liquor store and stepped out to his car, the evening took a tragic turn.
I was getting me something to drink, dancing to myself, and shots rang out, and I ducked for cover.
The shots sending Kelly and dozens of others ducking for cover. He says he turned to see where the bullets were coming from. That's when he was hit.
The bullet went through our vehicle, the rearview mirror part went through the vehicle, and then it hit me in the forehead and bounced off.
Stunned and bleeding. Kelly remembers officers giving him medical attention and a desperate plea from his wife, who feared the worst.
When they put the sheet over me, my friend's wife, they hollered and screaming over my head. I don't know what's going on, but till my wife said, "No, don't let my husband die." And they thought I was dead because they put the sheet on me.
Demario Rowe Murray was also caught in the crossfire, but he did not survive.
It definitely rocked my world. It changed me forever. It did.
Murray's friends are using this time to reflect on his impact.
He was the smallest of the pack, but again, a brother to us.
Murray's friends say he went through life with a full heart and would give the shirt off his back to anyone.
A loving guy that loved his daughters, loved his family, loved his mom. His legacy should always be in a positive light.
As family and friends of the victims work to move forward, for the Tallahassee Police Department, the work is far from over. They believe gang activity spawning in Gadsden County spilled over into the capital city.
That night was probably as close as any law enforcement officer will come to war. It truly, with that many rounds fired in that short of a period of time, was something most officers never experience in their lifetime.
TPD Chief Lawrence Revel says there were nearly 50 officers proactively in the area before the shooting started.
Many of those rounds were being fired around over those marked patrol cars, which tells us that there's just a complete and blatant disregard for law and for law enforcement.
More than 80 shell casings were found at the scene, according to court testimony from an FDLE analyst late last year. Months later, Revel says there have been several instances of heavy gunfire in Tallahassee.
In the last week and a half or so, we've seen 2 actual shootouts, where multiple 40-plus shell casings are recovered.
He says the department is at a critical time and more needs to be done to address these types of crimes.
That kind of lawlessness, that kind of wild west, can't continue. And so we are doing everything that we can do with the resources that we have available to make sure that those things don't happen and make sure our community is safe.
And for Kelly, a different kind of work as he tries to heal.
Well, it was traumatizing, and I never thought PTSD was, I ain't gonna say it wasn't real, but as real as it really is. Now I can get a better understanding of how that is, because, I thought, I'd be fine after this and that, but
And according to court records, several of the suspects charged in this case are due back in court in November. We'll be right back.